Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 112.
112.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Orlando, Florida.
You know, it's never too early for holiday shopping.
You know, I start my Christmas shopping like in January. So, you know, anytime we go to Theme Park Connection, I always pick a few things up. And PixieVacations.com. And again, never too early for the holidays. You know, if you're thinking about Walt Disney World for Halloween, Christmas, this is a great time.
Also, Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency. The best deals on tickets in town. Check them out. On with the show, we're going to start with the Polynesian Village Resort. Many changes going on.
Right? Over at Disney's Polynesian Resort, it actually changed a lot between like one day, you know, even
that's true.
Captain Cook's is now open, and it's, you know, some things are looking really construction-y and some things are starting to look a little better.
So here we are, we're at the entrance to the Poly. We're still not 100% sure what the
what's that?
What that is.
We don't know.
Nice spot. There you are, a little cameo walking in ahead of me.
I know you've mentioned I just want to go.
So here's the official Polynesian Village logo. That's the first we've seen of the new logo.
But are we sure that's the new logo, or is it the old logo?
Well, it's the
added
script.
to the sign?
It's the Blimpo script, the Polynesian script. Not sure if that's an old sign or not, but at least, you know, it's officially going to be called Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, like in the old days.
And guests can go to Typhoon Lagoon.
Right. Oh, look at this. It's a water fountain. A waterfall.
Waterfall.
A waterfall.
I know you don't drink out of it.
That's right. Well, I would hope not.
And here we're going to be heading inside, and I believe we're going upstairs.
Yeah, we're going to go for a walk upstairs. There's a slight change here. Kona Island is temporarily closed.
Right, and they usually have like coffee and
Sushi.
items in the... Well, sushi at night, but not in the morning. I don't think they
You don't
make
want your
sushi.
coffee and your sushi for
not
breakfast?
I don't drink coffee and I don't eat sushi, so I don't want either of them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It looks like a little stage there, but that's...
But they'll be closed for a little bit, just like every place else seems to be closing for a little bit. I don't know about Ohana and Kona Cafe, though.
So here's the latest look outside the big windows there. Looks like they're coming along really good, putting in the new walkway there.
Well, I mean, just like 24 hours earlier, it looked nothing like this. They've really started speeding up the process.
Really fast.
So
yeah.
like today, it's probably done. It's probably not done, but
it's
you know.
It's amazing. And there's where the Pineapple Lanai is going to be. Later on, we're going to be looking at Captain Cook's, and everyone's going to say, "Where's the Dole Whip machine?" Well, it's going to be right there that you just saw.
Right. Well, not right there, because we're now at Captain Cook's.
Right. Well, technically, it's where the Wyland Gallery used to be. Previously, it was the News from Civilization, but that's where the Pineapple Lanai will be with indoor and outdoor seating. Anyway, now we're inside the new Captain Cook's. Let's take a look at the menu.
And there are like 18 items along with flatbreads and kids items. It's actually an expanded menu. Some of these were temporary items that were found at the Captain Cook's, you know, in the last few months, and they were so popular that they brought them back.
Which is great for us. More new things to try.
I know. I like to try, you know, the new items.
And I think over here you're going to see the old self-serve Dole Whip machine location. I will miss that, but again, it'll be next door, hopefully soon.
And it is a bakery case now. You have the Mickey and Minnie cupcakes right there.
And the whole time we were there, and we had one of the Mickey cupcakes, you mentioned the mini cupcakes, and I thought you talked about little tiny cupcakes.
How do you not know if I'm saying Mickey and Minnie
so
cupcakes?
Crazy. But I'm just telling you, I misunderstood, and just now I realized what you meant, so there you go.
And you'll notice the Captain Cook's location is really not that much different than it was. You know, it's refurbished, and I love the new light fixtures and such, but it still looks very similar.
It turns out these tables and chairs are a rental, according to the Tiki Man. Those are rental chairs. If you turn them upside down, you can see the rental company. So new themed chairs and tables will be coming.
And we recommend the Tiki Man pages if you want to keep up with the Polynesian. We do our best, but he specializes in that.
That's right.
But I was going to say, I hope that the real chairs coming in are not the heavy ones that like scrape the floor like the old ones.
Right.
Because those drove me crazy.
I love these new posters, by the way. I think that the decorations, the new decor is very stylish.
You know, I looked at pictures because it's been a number of months since it's been open, and I like this much better than, you know, how it looked before.
And I'm a big fan of theming and everything, and all of these posters represent a longhouse or something at the Polynesian that's in existence now or has been there before. So again, I think it's great.
Well, like the Hawaii building is the concierge building.
Right.
So I just think that's very interesting.
Oh, a hidden rodent.
Right. And I'm like, is that Mickey Mouse? And it looks like Mickey to me.
Yes, you insisted I put that. And I just want to reiterate from earlier, the Pineapple Lanai will not be self-serve. So people like this guy here, who is getting a good amount for his Dole Whip dollar, will will not have that opportunity.
We won't have you won't have the big Dole Whip.
So we did try some of the new menu. Here is the buffalo chicken and waffles.
Well, we tried one item.
And dessert. It's a very Hawaiian, very Polynesian poultry and waffles, as the Tiki Man said.
Yeah, the Tiki Man says that.
Yes.
So.
And it was wonderful.
It was actually very good. $7.99.
This was great. Of course, the Mickey Mouse cupcake.
Right, and it actually
size, not a mini one.
I thought it would be very thick, but I was glad it wasn't. It's like a chocolate mousse topping. Somebody said they had it at Chef Mickey's had that too.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So on my Instagram account.
So we're just going to take one last look at some of the posters here. The Bora Bora one coming up in particular seems to be a precursor of things to come at the Poly.
Right. The bungalows next year will be open, the Bora Bora style.
That's right, on stilts. Although I think the water won't be quite as blue.
It won't be blue.
The Seven Seas Lagoon.
Unless they throw something in it.
Anyway, here we go. We're going to take a look outside. This is where Trader Sam's is going to be. And we're just walking around trying to find some outdoor seating. And if you follow this path
it's a very lush path. Lots of greenery.
Beautiful greenery. It reflects across the nice glass there. But you can see where it is. It's right outside. They've moved some chairs down by the marina, and it's actually a nice place to sit. We saw some people eating their food out here. So this is where I would probably go if it was crowded inside.
Right. It goes all the way down here and then also to the left-hand side. So there's all kinds of seating. Right.
Now you spotted this new map here, and the map actually shows the Pineapple Lanai down there. And you could see it shows all the areas that are closed. So this is a great map to get an indication of what is open and what is closed.
I was thinking the Pineapple Lanai would take a while, but now that Captain Cook's opened kind of suddenly, it will be interesting to see. I think the Pineapple Lanai will also open fairly soon.
I hope so. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what their Dole Whip portions are going to be.
That's all you care about.
All I care about is the Dole Whip. Not the size, the Dole Whip, well, the size too, of course. So here's the latest look at the beach. They've started to take away some of the beach, and they're going to be putting in more asphalt, less beach, more deck, more pool deck. That's what that's all about.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing what they do with it, and but the pool area will be closed, I believe, into next year. So it's going to be quite some time.
Yeah, I think the volcano, well, I know the volcano is going to be reduced. They're going to scrape off part of, like, the top of it to lower the height of the volcano, but they'll still have the slide. The slide
will be a mini volcano.
Yes, mini volcano. And you can see there still is beach. There's a small bit of beach between the two work areas. And again, the pool will be fenced in once this is all done. So I'm not quite sure where that fence is going to go.
It's kind of nice. I mean, at least some of the beach is open.
And this is very nice too at the DVC villas.
Right, and these are the bungalows, and I like the design, how it looks, it really matches the Polynesian Resort.
It reminds me of the Tangaroa Terrace restaurant at the Disneyland Hotel, which of course was inspired by our Tangaroa Terrace, so it all comes back here to the Poly.
And these will be open, I mentioned earlier, next year. 1,650 square feet is what we're reading on the Tiki Man site, and that's where we get a lot of our information as far as, the Polynesian.
Of course.
2 bedrooms, sleeps 9, 300 square foot deck in back, which will show the plunge pool area. And then supposedly all the other DVC villas in the longhouses will be studios, which surprises me. I like the 1-bedroom units the best.
Well, we're on the boat now on our way to the Magic Kingdom, and I think we're going to have a great view of the plunge pools. If you don't know what a plunge pool is, it's sort of like a small little pool outside. You can see it right down there in the corner. There's a close-up of it, and that's where it's sort of almost like a whirlpool jacuzzi type thing. Soaking pool.
We had actually mentioned these before, but sometimes we're wrong about things. We'll hear rumors, and we try not to do too many rumors, but it was nice that this actually is true for all of the units.
That's right. I think it'll be very, very nice, and I wonder what type of... Will they have they must have a fence or something so you don't fall into the Seven Seas Lagoon.
I'm sure they will have to have something there. I mean, you don't want to go swimming, you go on a deck and there you go.
That's right. So anyway, that was our look at the latest at the Polynesian. I'm sure we'll keep checking back. Next, we're going to the Magic Kingdom, and there's construction, of course, at the Magic Kingdom as well.
It looks like rain. And there is the Rose Garden, which originally they said in February, and this still probably is the case. It may change quite a bit also. So I'm trying to enjoy the Rose Garden as much as possible.
Right. And the change may be there. It just will be more flowers and things that aren't roses. That could be the
Maybe,
change.
but they could just I have no idea. I don't want them to level it. I
looks
love the rose
finished
garden.
to me. It looks finished.
But
and
they
beautiful.
haven't done anything to it.
They have. They took out the old swan boat dock.
Okay, they've
they've shortened the length of it. It's nicely new
well,
grass.
we'll see in a few months
never
how
looked
it's
better.
going.
And this is where the major changes are taking place in the hub area.
Right, right off the Tomorrowland Terrace. Tomorrowland Terrace still to me is Cosmic Gray, so I have to keep remembering this is that.
And for a while there, they had noodles involved. It was the
Right,
Tomorrowland Noodle Station.
It was actually pretty good back then. And the one thing, Sea Serpent still stands.
Yes,
And I love that.
I'm very pleased to see the Sea Serpent has not been taken away.
And we don't know everything that's going on here. They're just like redoing the whole hub area so that more guests can watch the fireworks. And, you know, it should be just a much more open area.
It's sort of like a park. When I was reading into it, researching it, I guess it'll be more like a park in a way, some grassy areas and just more places to relax.
I think that will be nice. I mean, I'm looking forward. I always say I'm looking forward to things. I don't always look forward to things, but
Right.
I think hopefully it will be nice.
So while we were at the Magic Kingdom, you were checking on Twitter, and that's when we found out the very unfortunate news about Robin Williams passing.
And that's the one thing, you can get news anytime.
Sometimes it's not so good to get that news anytime.
And there is Robin Williams and Pam Dauber from Mork and Mindy. That's how I knew Robin Williams, you know, as a kid first.
But he had many, many things to do with Disney Return to Neverland classic attraction over at the Disney MGM Studios.
And everybody knows him as a genie from Aladdin. And I kind of miss that, you know, in the Disney Quest elevator, they used to have his voice all the time, and that was a fun effect.
Oh, and here's a picture of him from Flubber. Again, these pictures are courtesy of our friends at D23. We actually saw Robin Williams get his Disney Legends Award at the very first D23 Expo, which was very nice. So anyway, all this thinking about Robin Williams made me want to dig out an old video I had of the Timekeeper, which really I think is his best Disney theme park attraction. It's him the whole show doing funny jokes, and it just you can see his personality in it. So we're going to look at some clips from the Timekeeper, and we have the full video also. We'll link to that. But anyway, this is our tribute to Robin Williams. We hope you enjoy it.
Step right up. Come forward, please, fill these rows. No! Annie. Thank you. And if you'll please step forward, fill the rows in the front row, down front. Thank you. Before we begin, we'd like to make the minor control adjustments. Oops. Oh, something broke. Hold on one moment, please. Just one moment. Thank you. Well, we're about to begin. In case of a loss of cabin pressure, just relax, okay? Thank you. Come on in. Thank you. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? I don't know why that's there, except to go, Rib! Now, please form double rows and move to the center of the theater. Do it! You've been waiting outside. You've been in line for a while. Just do it! Thank you. That's right, my friends. Why don't you come on in while we just do a final systems check? Just a few routine... Hey, Bo! Hey, Bo! Hey, Bo! Don't worry. This is all part of the demonstration. Just testing. For your safety, I've invented rails for you to lean on. I call them lean rails. Please do not sit on the lean rails, because they're there to lean on. And please don't sit on the floor. My studies show that you can experience time travel on the floor. And it's not a pretty picture in those shorts.
Hey, Tinselhead, pipe down! I'm trying to work here!
All right!
The time machine. I've brought along a model for La Conférence. I spent my life writing about the possible, and you prefer the impossible. Impossible? No, sir. This may be improbable, but believe me, it's not impossible.
Good reply. At one point...
Have you travelled through time? Have I ever travelled through time? I have travelled through time as often as you have travelled from the Earth to the Moon, sir. Yes.
Easy, boys. Too much coffee?
Time machine, we have only 10 minutes until the conference begins.
Well, we'll continue this, Monsieur Verne. A bientôt. eternal.
Well, time flies, and now I'm going to go browse through the library at Alexandria. Check up on Columbus before he got to Ohio. Give Freud a piece of my mind and say, Oedipus, Schmedipus. Okay, show's over. Get out of here, you little numbskulls. I love you. Thank you for coming today. Get out!
Thank you, Timekeeper. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our performance.
I always loved the Timekeeper. I'm so glad we got to watch it together.
Well, it was one of my favorite attractions at the time. I love France, and Jeremy Irons was fantastic, and Robin Williams was. It was just an overall very solid attraction.
And you got to learn about the hidden Mickey.
Oh yeah, you just told me like yesterday.
Right. Well, the Jeremy Irons character hands the model of the time machine to Jules Verne, and there's a smudge on the base of the model, and that smudge is a hidden Mickey. And there's also other hidden Mickeys to be seen in the show. It's a great show, like you said. And I love the music too. It kind of reminds me of Horizons, the old Epcot style of a soundtrack. And
we're looking here at the statement by the Walt Disney Company about Robin Williams passing.
So we want to offer our condolences to his family and everyone else mourning at this time, and we'll miss all his work.
Right, and it would be nice if they do bring time. They should bring Timekeeper back to the Magic Kingdom, just as they brought Captain EO back to Epcot.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that, but I guess it's much more technically advanced with the animatronic and all the circle vision and things like that. But I agree with you. I would love to see that come
and
back.
Genie to the Disney Quest elevator. I think I would like that too.
I agree.
And we're switching gears here now. We're heading into the Main Street Emporium to take a look at Halloween merchandise is out and about through the parks now.
Yeah, every year the Halloween merchandise comes a little bit earlier. It's about 10 days earlier than we discovered it last year, so it's coming.
I hear it's going to be June next year. No, I don't know.
But I love to see it because we love Halloween.
Well, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party starts on September 1st this year, which is incredible. We just took our Christmas tree down at the end of June.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
So it's so weird all of a sudden.
Not most people are a little...
I know, quicker. I had the injury and everything, so it took forever. But it was nice to see. I love autumn. It's still hot, but I still love this time of year.
So do I. And I like the merchandise, actually. I do like the antenna toppers. Here's a Jack and Sally antenna toppers.
And I know you mentioned that we have something where you can stick antenna toppers on it.
Yes, and I don't mean an antenna, because once you put it on the antenna in the car, it gets kind of ruined.
Or stolen.
Or stolen.
Or it falls off in a garage.
We have these little springs that you can buy and display them. I don't have them up, but I have a little box with a whole bunch of antenna toppers over the years. I'll have to break it out one day.
And there's some glow-in-the-dark shirts. You have ornaments, which I guess you could put on a tree. And there is the Mickey, like a pumpkin ornament. And decorative items.
I just have got a revelation. You mentioned we just took our tree down because of your injury. All these Halloween ornaments, we could have left the tree up and turned it into a Halloween tree.
Well, we
only missed it by a few months.
Well, we were told we should have an Easter tree. You could have had probably a summer themed tree.
See?
So you can actually keep the tree up all year, but then it would get dusty and cobwebby, and then it would be just like a haunted mansion tree.
Then you'd have to leave it as a mansion tree year round. That's true.
And there's 2 or 3 mini shirts that we've seen. One of them coming up says Ghouls Night Out, and that will be after the sweatshirt. And we're looking at less than 3 weeks to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. We expect decorations in the Magic Kingdom at any time.
Oh, anytime. The pumpkins down Main Street will be coming in soon. And, let's talk about the Halloween party for a bit. I know there are some changes they've already announced. One of them being the dance party with the Toy Story characters.
And those include Bullseye, Woody, Jessie.
Right.
But now they'll have the Club Villain.
Club Villain. So I know you've read up on Club Villain. What does that entail?
There's going to be villains dancing with you.
Well, it's in the same location in the horseshoe.
Right, it's at
Diamond
the horseshoe.
Horseshoe.
Diamond Horseshoe. And you get to dance with villains. I don't know if kids will enjoy dancing with villains as much as...
kids love the villains.
I don't know, as much as the Toy Story characters. So we'll see. But, they could have Lotso, who is both a Toy Story character and a villain.
Oh, that's true. That's true. There's always something new at the Halloween parties anyway. So I'm sure there'll be other little tweaks. Usually the parade has a little tweak, and the fireworks should probably be the same. Trick-or-treating, I would imagine, would be similar. Although we noticed last year, some of the decorations at the trick-or-treating trails were reduced, so hopefully they'll bring some of those back.
Although the Tiki Room, they made the Tiki Room a trick-or-treat location last year, and that, was enhanced. So you never know from year to year what will be different.
And they always have exclusive party merchandise as well.
And we'll be covering Halloween for the next few weeks.
That's right. That's right. And we also went over to Epcot that same day, and they had a Halloween merchandise display over there, too, in the Emporium.
In Mouse Gear.
Mouse Gear.
And I actually like this better because I like all the little ghosts and all the little fun. He looks like
he'd be something out of Disneyland Paris.
I know. We've been studying the Disneyland Paris Halloween, and I'm looking forward to, at some point in the future, getting to go over there for that time period.
I want to go on Phantom Manor.
I know. You've been talking about that.
Halloween time, of course.
And but the merchandise is probably like half of what was in the Emporium at the Magic Kingdom, and a lot of new stuff as well that we hadn't seen yet.
Another thing I just realized is Villains Unleashed is just over a week away at Disney's Hollywood Studios, which we'll be attending and fully reporting on, I'm sure.
And they just announced merchandise for that as well, at least some of it, and including obviously some of the same characters.
But the big news, the big announcement, Constantine himself from the Muppet, the new Muppet movie will be there. I cannot wait.
It'll be interesting to see if we get to meet him. I would like to meet him.
I would love to do that.
I love the Muppet movie, the newest one.
I do too.
So here again, some of the merchandise also from last year, but not all of it. And there are not limited edition pins here. Those will be at the party, but these are ones that may have been
generic Halloween pins. I think they have most of those every year. And this I know is a new iPhone case. For the Villains, a new Villains iPhone.
The iPhone
case.
5.
Right. And we have a set of these right behind us, as a matter of fact. If you turn around, there they are. And this is my favorite item, these new Haunted Mansion ornaments.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll probably end up with one of these.
Yeah.
But the ear hat ornaments have been very, very popular, and especially this year, they seem to always be coming out with new ones. Like almost every day I find a new one.
So in keeping with our Halloween preview theme, we are going to switch over to Knott's Scary Farm. We had a correspondent go and check out the preview for this year's event.
And usually I write up questions, but in this case, we didn't think we were going to get an interview with Elvira.
Elvira, the mistress of the dark herself.
Right. So we actually had two correspondents go, and Carol interviewed her, came up with the questions on the fly, and did a great job.
Thanks again to Carol and Bruce. Here is the interview with Elvira.
Elvira, if you wouldn't mind saying hello to all of our viewers at Mousesteps.
Yes. Hi, viewers of Mousesteps. Good to see you.
Okay. Now, what can we expect from your show this year? Is it going to be, what will the difference be between this year and last year?
Well, this year is called, last year was Elvira's Cinema Seance. This year is called Elvira's Big Top. And you never know what goes on under Elvira's Big Top. It is definitely a three-ring circus down there.
Now, we love you. We come specifically to see your show. It's fantastic. It makes the whole event. Last year, we wanted more of you. I mean, not more of you, but we wanted more of you on the stage. Will we be seeing? Did you notice that?
I'm going to be actually. That's a good point. I was in little sections last year.
Yes.
This time, I'm going to be a little more evenly interspersed in the show, like where it's me and more often in the show.
Okay,
Yeah. So I hopefully we'll get your wish.
Now, I've been seeing all your shows. You were here at Knott's Scary Farm every single year. Yes. So way back, and you used to have some different characters in your show live on stage with you. You remember some of the comedians and things like that, and any of that sort of thing?
There is, and actually I'm having some really, really awesome acts this year because we're doing a little bit of a sideshow theme, and I'm going to have a little bit of a couple acts that are sideshow acts from circuses, so they are awesome. You're not going to believe it. Yeah, really great stuff.
And another question is...
And Academy of Villains, by the way, were the dance group that were there last year. They're just amazing. They're just getting better and better and better.
And they'll be back.
Yeah, they'll be back.
Okay.
They were so great last year.
So I was going to Knott's Scary Farm every year since it opened.
Oh my God.
And I came,
Really?
Yes, and I came, you made the whole show. We would tell everybody, got to see the show. It makes the whole event. Now, then you stopped coming, so I stopped coming. So my question is, now can we expect to see you every year?
I hope so. As long as I can keep squeezing myself into this dress, I'll be here.
Are you making any movies or anything right now?
I'm working on not a movie. I have a couple TV shows that will be out this October. I can't talk about them because they haven't been released yet. I have a record coming out called My Two Big Pumpkins, and that'll be out this October. I've got a lot of new merchandising, a virtual slot machine, a new one, and a new slot machine is coming out. And my coffin case of all the movies from Movie Macabre in a nice little coffin for you all to end up. That'll be out this month.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've got lots of new stuff coming out.
You will sit still. Great. Do you have any other questions?
Nope. That's good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks to Carol for the great interview.
Yes.
Elvira's new show is called Under the Big Top, and she will be appearing during the season at Not Scary Farm. That's from September 25th through November 1st, and that's in California. And that should be a good time. You can go to the Not Scary Farm website to buy tickets.
Sounds like a great event this year, as always. And, you know, that's another show.
Yep. Thanks to Pixie Vacations. This is a great time to think about your Halloween and Christmas time at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, and such. And thanks to them for sponsoring us.
That's right. And also Maple Leaf Tickets, our official ticket agency, the best deals on tickets in town. Give them a call if you're looking for any theme park tickets.
And Theme Park Connection. They've been with us from the beginning, and a great place to stop on the way from the airport to Walt Disney World to pick up some merchandise.
Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week.